Kamada with the header, 1-1 here. Lovely goal just before half time. You just knew it was going to happen.
Oh, yeah!
Hello and welcome back to another episode as part of Borderline Glory here with AC Milan. In today's episode we have got two games coming up in the Europa League Quarter-Final. We're already here, we're doing very well for ourselves and hopefully that will continue today. We have two games coming up, massive games against Galatasaray. It's going to be an absolute classic. Galatasaray are a team to really, they'll give us a good game and a team to fear, I would say. When I see Galatasaray, or when I saw Galatasaray come up, I thought this one's going to be a tough one, particularly that away game, but we're not going to shy up from it. I think it's a very exciting challenge that we face and hopefully we come away with the result that we are looking for. In terms of what's been going on since last time back in the league, 3 wins in a row. The form is really starting to pick up again, which is always good to see. How we're actually doing in terms of the table though, we are currently 6 points behind Inter Milan, so not too bad at all, and hopefully that will continue. Francesco Kamada has now crossed 30 goals in 30 games, as you can see there. He's having an absolute mega season, and at this rate he could get close to the tally of Julio Napa, and that would be a very cool thing to go and see. But apart from that, nothing much has really changed, so let's go and get straight into it. The first of two in the quarter-final against Galatasaray. So the team for this game against Galatasaray is still in a similar situation to last time out, but Isik is now on the bench, which is a good thing. It starts with Pisati in goal, backline of Barnett, Di Antonio, Sulan, Berchan and Molina, Abdelengin, Catania and Teixeira in the middle, Fernandez on the left, Saddam on the right and Kamada up top. As the two teams walk out here for this game against Galatasaray, it should be an absolute classic. The team's still not in its kind of best state, but with Tolga Isik being back on the bench now, that is a positive sign for us, and he's a real key player in this team before his injury, which kept him out for quite a bit of time now. 26 goals and assists. Hopefully that will continue going into this part of the Europa League. As we get underway here, there's a ball out to his right hand side that's going to get us started. It's Saddam who finds himself on it, and that will be that for the first bit of play. I guess the first opening game we just need to come away with a real big win, because that second leg is going to be a real tough one. It's such a hostile environment, but as a neutral, I think it's such an incredible atmosphere, an incredible stadium, and I'd love to really see that one day, maybe in person. A little Istanbul trip for the football would be quite interesting. But we get underway here in this game. 20 minutes gone, the scores on the doors 0-0 and looking all square. In terms of stats, let's have a look what's going on here. The ball floating around the midfield for Galatasaray. They find themselves on the ball now with their centre-backs knocking around a little bit of a 3-back position here. We're putting on the pressure with these strikers and wingers. Obviously Mateus Fernandez still in at left wing there. What a strike that is, and that's smacked the crossbar and gone out for a goal kick there in the end. I think on paper we probably have the better team compared to Galatasaray, but they are a very strong team who we cannot discredit, or we can't take them off our guard. Got to have to keep an eye on them at all times, because they've got the quality. I'm sure they produce some real good youngsters in Turkey as well. They've got the quality to really go and threaten us, even if it is in the San Siro. They play in obviously a very hostile stadium. I don't think they'll be bothered about coming to the San Siro, to be honest. So we have to be really wary of that. Hopefully we can create a hostile environment. I think this is probably the best tie in Europe. If you were in neutral and you could go to both legs, this is probably the best tie you'd want to go to be honest. The only other one I could probably think of is something like Dortmund, Galatasaray. That would be pretty mega, to be honest, but this is quite impressive, and it is. Galatasaray do strike first after 25 minutes. The score 1-0 to them from that corner. We've just not been at it in the first parts of this game. We've created a few chances, but I think Galatasaray, the team, has been a little bit more convincing, so we need to go and really fire ourselves up. We've had a big break, which is a pretty good thing for us, a big break, and that is ultimately going to lead us to go and rest and get these boys ready for a very intense period. Obviously we're looking to try and win that league title if we can. A second leg of the Coppa Italia. Here is Kamada in behind. He has the shot, good save near post from the Galatasaray goalkeeper. We also have now this quarter final, and we're looking to go 2 steps further into that final, which we will want to be winning as well. The teams remaining, these ties include Chelsea, AK, Real Betis to lose, and then Hoffenheim did beat Eintracht Frankfurt, set up an all-German clash there, so we will have at least one German team in the semi-finals of the Europa League, which could be interesting, could be one of our potential opponents. I think we will already know who it is. It's usually already drawn, but the only team we've lost to all season in the Europa League is Chelsea, and they are still here, and hopefully we can go and one-up them now, because if we can beat them, then you'd like to think we do go and win the whole thing. But if it is Chelsea in the final, then so be it. You feel like it's going to happen. It's like when we played Atletico Madrid in the Conference League, it was bound to happen. Kamada with the header, 1-1 here, lovely goal just before half-time. You just knew it was going to happen, and he's gone and equalised here, and he could be setting up a potential future tie with Chelsea. Bit of a tongue twister there. And that is a lovely finish from out of nowhere, really, but it is a lovely ball from Saddam, to be fair, to go and make it 1-1. And that is that for the first half of action. We need to go and take this game by our own, but in charge. We need to get charged, take charge, take it with two hands, full grasp over it, because this is our game to win, and we need to take a win at home, really, in any knockout football. But I feel like there is so much added factor here in this game, because even if we do win by like 2-1, the potential for comeback for Galatasaray, they will make that stadium an absolute hellhole to play in. So we do have to be really wary of that. After 55 minutes gone here in this game, the score is all tied. Eintracht Frankfurt lead against Hoffenheim. I'd like to think Frankfurt get through, alongside that Real Betis, and then Chelsea as well. But there is a close game in that one, to be fair, as is a close game in this one. I will look to go and make some changes. Now I'm going to bring Mateus Fernandes off. We will bring Tolga Isik into this game to see what you can go and do. It's a welcome return for him there. And then any other changes I want to make, I'm going to bring Molina onto that right hand side, bring Barnett off, bring Goglichidze in place of him, so we have a bit of fresh legs on the fullback positions, which is always important. Here is Teixeira standing over this corner. What can he do with it? Who's he going to find? Sultan Birchan. He's trying to find him, a Turkish. He actually wasn't Turkish, but I don't know how with the last name that he has. Here's Saddam. What can he do with this one? Got the assist for the opening goal. He pulls it back to Goglichidze. Teixeira. Abdelengin has the shot, and what a save that is. No vision for the Galatasaray goalkeeper. He denies the Turkish international. I'm so convinced that Sultan Birchan is Turkish, so we have two Turkish internationals in this team, and yeah, we all want to go and probably beat this Galatasaray team, get one up on them. That would always be nice for them. It was a lovely effort from Engin Abdul, and he's unfortunate really to not score. A fingertip save to just push it past the post in the end. Here is Galatasaray on the ball. Here's a save. Passati getting his hands on that and pushing it over the bar. The San Siro looking absolutely packed, which is always what we want to see, create that hostile environment as much as we can. San Siro is just an amazing stadium for stuff like that, and that is what we're aiming to do here with those with that type of stadium. Let's have a look what we can go and do here. Quarter barrier in for Catania there, and then any others we want to make, I'll look to make some more in a little while. I don't think there's really one necessarily we need to make. Maybe Saddam off or Kamada off, and attacking fresh legs could work out well for us. Kamada shot from range, he goes and puts it over the bar, and that will be that for that chance there. The score 1-1, the first game of these knockout fixtures. The pattern may be emerging that we just seem to draw it at home. I think we drew. Was it the first leg? No, the first leg was away against Zurich, where we drew 3-3. We wouldn't mind getting a win here in this game. So in these final few moments, if we could go and do that, that would obviously be ideal. We've had some pretty high scoring games. 5 in that one there, 7 in that one there, and then another 1-1 draw as well. Here's Ethan Mbappe on the ball. Surely that goes out there on that far side. Let's have a look. There's some interesting balls being played by Galatasaray here. It's on that far side for them. What can we do with this? Can we go and force the pressure, win this ball nice and high? You know, we have to go and do that. We have to. We don't want to let these balls in behind, but there is one in behind here. The shot goes in, and it does go in. Is it offside? There was the run a bit too early. It's Coker who scores. We formally managed a Kenny Coker with Alfredson. It was. The goal does stand for Galatasaray, and it does look like they will take the home victory here from us. That is going to be so frustrating in this knockout fixture. We've got to go and put in an absolutely incredible game and silence the Galatasaray stadium. It would be an absolute achievement to go and do that. A tough position we've put ourselves in, but I'm sure we can go and pull it back if we just turn up. Maybe we pull back a goal here, but a draw at home is not the most ideal result. A loss, even worse at that. The ball is floating around here. Will the shot go in once again? Galatasaray just goes wide across the face of the goal for Galatasaray there, and it will be another corner. Passati managed to get a touch on that. The full-time whistle is going to go. We have got our work to cut out in the second leg. And the team for this second leg against Galatasaray were back to full strength. It starts with Passati in goal, backline of Barnett, Di Antonio, Sulembea, Molina, Engin Abdel, Cataneo, Fernandez. In the middle, we've got Tolga on the left, Saddam on the right, and Kamada up top. Kick-off here in this game against Galatasaray. Obviously not the ideal situation last time out. We need a 2-goal difference win now, or a goal and penalty shootout to go in our favour. Obviously not ideal, but I think the quote we kind of have to take forward from this point on is that champions are made in times of adversity. Now we are facing a time of adversity. How are we going to bounce back from these challenges, these struggles, in order to go and kind of get into that champion position, get into the pole position and the driving seat of winning this Europa League? It is Galatasaray coming with the early chances here in this game, and we have got some work to do if we want to go and get through to that next round. It was always going to be a tough ask, this Galatasaray game, but as long as we, go and bounce back, go and put on a good display, which we've not in the opening 5 minutes, but we still have all the time to go and do so, I'm sure we can go and pull it off and come away with a big result in the end. After 6 minutes, Galatasaray with the opening few chances there. Our work cut out in this one. The important thing we can do here is just get that early goal as soon as possible, because it'll be such a mental blow on Galatasaray. They had to work very hard for that result, and to see all their work, I guess, annulled by making it back to a draw where both teams are in it to win it at that point. 90 minutes of work being cut out by an early goal in this one in their own stadium would just be such a mental kind of block, I guess, for the whole rest of the game. The fact that they did that in 90 minutes, we would have been thinking about this the whole time leading into this one. Just for that to happen, it will be very frustrating. Hopefully that is something we go and do. We've got obviously our what we would call our full strength team on the pitch. That can be obviously disputed, but that is a ball in behind which we have not defended too well there. I think we might have to go and drop this defensive line back a little bit, because being caught out with quite a few of those, and it is a little bit frustrating, so we will just drop it back to, I guess, the standard line there. One thing I've noticed, by the way, is that in between the sticks for Galatasaray, I didn't notice this in the last one, is none other than Ewan Jarwin, as you can see there. He was our goalkeeper for a single season at Saint Etienne, and obviously joined on a free, and then moved on for around 20 million, paving the way for Trigueiro to join that treble winning team. So if you have been around Borderline Glory for a little while, you will recognise that name. It's nice to see that he is involved, I guess, with this Galatasaray setup, and hopefully we can go and stick a few past him. That would be alright. We don't want any going past Passati today. There's a few chances for Galatasaray that have gone just wide of this post in the end, and we really have to be careful. We do not want another goal for them, because from 3-1 down in Galatasaray's backyard would just be a real tough ask. The ball goes in behind, that goal does go in. Is there going to be a flag? I mean, I don't know how straight from the goal kick we've managed to set ourselves up and grief ourselves that badly. I think it could be disallowed. Is it going to be, though? It isn't going to be disallowed. Just as we speak about it, and just as we were kind of on about, we have to go and turn up in this game. We've played the ball straight into the midfield, and Galatasaray have gone and scored. Are we going to get a quick goal before half-time? Let's have a look. Saddam Molina, it's played into the middle. It's back post, Tolga Risic. What can we do with this one? We've got a few Turkish internationals in this team. Sulembea, Tolga, and as well Engin Abdel in that midfield as well, so hopefully they can go and turn up for this one and don't grief us. Oh, is that a goal? It's a goal! What is that? What has just happened there? Jarwin has completely left that. That has got to be some sort of match fixing. I think that's justice, to be honest, for that last goal. But do you know what? We're going to take it. Let's have a look. Isik has played this ball in, and I think it's what has actually gone on here? I think Jarwin was not expecting it, and he couldn't get down to it. And it's a lovely finish, to be fair. And after 40 minutes, the score is back where we started at the start of this one. And we just have to take it, I guess, because it's not often you'll see a goal like that, a complete blunder. And hopefully that's going to play on the minds of Galatasaray here. These knockout games are such a mental task. And see something like that happen will not favour Galatasaray at all. That is a lovely effort from the Galatasaray player, but he was offside in the end, and it was wide anyway, so it will not have mattered in the end. 40 minutes gone here. Galatasaray and AC Milan playing out an absolute classic of a game. It's been a great tie, and hopefully that will continue into the second half. Let's go and have a look what we could go and put into these boys, give them a few words of encouragement. To be fair, we have had a solid game, but I think we just need to be a bit more positive, creative-wise, I should say. Get that ball forward a little bit more and get some shots away. I feel like is not what's happening. Even if it's from the edge of the area, just get some shots away. Will ultimately only favour us. Here is Mateus Fernandes standing over this corner. Will it be another headed own goal? Let's have a look. It's Kamada. It's D'Antonio, and it's floated out and out for another corner. D'Antonio, you will remember, well, it did get a goal in the last knockout fixture in that absolute classic of a game, the 3-3 draw, but he's not able to convert in the end. We are really getting stuck into this game here, and that is what we want to see. I think a few changes pending here in this one. I can't believe that goal's gone in for us, but Galatasaray, I guess, because that was completely under no pressure. I don't know why Jarwin, I don't know whose fault that is. Is it the players or Jarwin's? I think it's probably Jarwin's. He should be prepared for anything, because I think what's happened there is he's not expecting that header to come. Who knows? Lovely ball that is. Kamada, it's in behind. What a goal it is to equalise here after 60 minutes. It's Francesco Kamada. Those balls we're complaining about being played in behind against us. Take a look at this. Kamada picks out Cataneo. What a ball that is. That is defence splitting stuff from Cataneo. He finds Kamada, and all he had to do is slot it into the back of the net, puts it past Jarwin, and that is 2-1 here on the night and 3-3 on aggregate. And who is stopping us from going and getting the winner here? The momentum completely with us here. Let's go and have a look. We're into 70 minutes. I'm going to go a bit more balanced. I would rather this go to extra time than kind of concede a late goal. Let's have a look. Sullivan Berchan, D'Antonio on the ball. What an absolute classic of a tie it's been. It falls out to Saddam here. What can we do with this one? It's going to progress down that right hand side. The ball floating through the lines for AC Milan in the stadium of Galatasaray. The ball in behind for Kamada again. What can he do? It's into the middle. He's offside in the end, but it's a good bit of play from us down that right hand side. And we're turning up here in this game. We've completely turned it up. We had a slow start, but ultimately we have the quality to go and turn this game around, and that's what we've done. We need some changes here though, definitely in this game. Let's go and have a look. I'm going to bring Barnett off for Galatasaray. Put Molina on that left side as we typically tend to do. Teixeira on. Who will I bring him on for? I think I'm going to bring Fernandes off. Bring Teixeira into the middle there to go and see what he can do. Catanio's had a very solid game, so it would not really make sense to go and bring him off. Let's go and offer up some more words of encouragement. Can we get a late winner here in the Galatasaray Stadium? It was always going to be a tough ask, but for those away fans, what a moment it would be, and what a moment it would be in, I guess, the managerial career of ourselves to go and do that. Let's go and have a look. Molina, poor ball, can't be losing a ball in a position like that. The ball is progressing now for Galatasaray. Will it work its way in behind? It does. The shot goes in and it's wide. It's wide. Hopefully that is the last chance we'll see from Galatasaray, at least in this part of the game. It might not be the last one in extra time, but I just hope it's the last chance for a while, to be honest. I'm going to bring Tolga off here. I'm going to bring Duranville on to that left hand side. Obviously it's probably not as many minutes and as much kind of sharpness as we'd want him to. Let's go and have a look. There might be one final chance here. Molina, Abdul Engin. Is he going to be a late winner here? What a moment that would be. Molina, Engin, Cataneo. Lovely bit of play. All this sharpness in the team still remaining. He's in behind. Duranville, who can get there? I don't know why he's not gone for the run. Cataneo off the back of an amazing chance he created earlier on. He saw the... I don't think he's seen the lights. In a moment like that, you just have to hit it, and he's not done that. And after 180 minutes of football here, we will be going to extra time. I think that's a deserved kind of position for both of these teams to end up in. And let's just hope it is going to be us who come out the right end. Maybe it goes to penalties. What drama that would be. The ball in behind trying to find a Galatasaray striker. It doesn't in the end. Duranville's advancing with this one. We've only made 3 changes. That means we have an additional 3 to make. Cataneo, what can you do with this one? It's going to find Molina. Duranville back with Molina, and it's a loose ball in the end. And that will be that for that attacking opportunity there. We do get that additional substitution if you were confused about why we have 3 instead of 2. The ball, it's a good tackle there from Galatasaray, showing off all his experience. Saddam, he's progressing. What can he do with this one? Is he going to go over the top? Is he going to switch it? He finds Kamada. Lovely ball to go and put us ahead in this tie. Kamada scores. He looked well onside, and hopefully he is. 15 goals he goes up to in the Europa League. Is it going to count? It does count. Kamada has scored in the 91st minute in extra time. I mean, it's played well before. I don't know why it's frozen with the balls all the way up here, because he's made his run well before that, and that goal does count, and it is 3-1 here on the night, 4-3 on aggregate, and we have completely shut out this Galatasaray team since their goal scored. It's been 20 minutes between the first goals and then 30 between these. It looks like Chelsea are through, Eintracht Frankfurt and Hoffenheim I think played to a draw there, and Real Betis are through as well in that one. Let's go and make some changes at the halfway point of extra time. What a performance it's been to turn this around, and we are looking set to go through to a semi-final of the Europa League. Where do we go and make the change? I'm going to bring Sullen Berchan off, bring Capitano on. I'm going to bring, do we leave Kamada on? I think I will. I'm going to bring Mingas onto that right hand side, and then Cataneo off, bring Quarterbadia in there, make all 6 of those changes into the final 10 minutes. What a performance it has been to turn this around. It was always going to be a tough game, and it has proven to be. We've had to really fight for our chances, but we've done that, and ultimately we are ahead now for the first time in this game. Here is Kamada on the ball. It finds Abdelengin out to his left hand side. Quarterbadia is going to give this ball chase. Can he play it straight down the line? He does. Finds Duranville. Kamada is in behind for his hat trick, and he's offside, and it was a save from Jalwin in the end. We've put 3 past Jalwin, 205 centimetres. That man is between the sticks, but it does not matter because I don't think we've had a chance that kind of threatens his radius of that 2.05 metres, so I guess it can't bother us too much. Here is Galatasaray on the ball though. They do still have the chance to go and tie this game up, but we are in pole position to go and qualify. Let's have a look. The square ball in, lovely bit of defending. Capitani, I believe it would have come off on that left hand side. Very, very lengthy game it's been, a very lengthy tie, but ultimately we are 3-1 up in the game, 4-3 on aggregate. What a comeback this has been in the Galatasaray Stadium. We're into how many minutes of added time? It's 1 minute of added time, and the full time whistle goes. We have done it. What a performance that is. We have beat Galatasaray in the Europa League Quarter-Final in their own backyard as well. So there you have it. It was a hard-fought win in the end, but we did it. We're in a very strong position in the league, 9 points clear of third place and only 6 behind Inter Milan there. We've got a game coming up in the second leg of the Italian Cup, that semi-final. We're into a semi-final where we will be playing against Real Betis on the other side of the bracket. A team we could meet in the final should we get there would be either one of Hoffenheim or Chelsea. 15 goals for Kamada. He's up to however many in total. What an episode that has been. If you did enjoy that episode, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Make sure to go and join the Discord down below. I'll leave you all with this little tune. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all for another video soon. Thank you. Bye bye.